Everyone is welcome to watch this program. If you like us, please click to subscribe directly. Royal family will be speaking to their medical team on a daily basis during the coronavirus pandemic, as several members, including the Queen, 93, are at risk. Former Buckingham Palace doctor claims. The royal family will be talking daily with their medical team aimed the coronavirus pandemic. A former royal doctor has claimed. Dr. Anna Erming from the Cransley Clinic, who spent 7 years as resident in-house doctor at Buckingham Palace, has revealed how the virus will be impacting the third, including the Queen, 93, and Prince Philip, 98. Clearly, members of the royal family are in high-risk groups, not just over 70, but over 90 years old too. She said in an interview with Tailored, I believe the family will be talking daily with their medical team and taking all reasonable precautions, particularly for the Duke of Edinburgh, who we are all aware is the most fragile member of the royal family. Dr. Erming, who served as a captain in the Army Medical Corps, went on to say the royal will be following the recommended advice like the rest of the public. This includes insulating if they are feeling unwell with a temperature or cold, and if someone in the household is unwell too, she explained. The former in-house doctor also warned that Her Majesty, who usually attracts huge crowds, should be mindful of how many people gather at any one time, and added that those who live within the places, including the footmen and housekeepers, will have already put precautionary measures in place to self-insulate and prevent any further infection if any of them should develop symptoms. The expert's advice comes hours after the Queen assured the nation that the royal family is ready to play its part in beating the deadly disease. Her message paid tribute to medical practitioners, scientists, and the emergency and public service who are fighting the pandemic, and stressed we all have a vantage important part to play as individuals. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are self-insulating in Canada. As Meghan confided in France that Harry feels helpless and is concerned about the Queen and his father, Prince Charles, catching coronavirus. A close friend exclusively told DailyMail.com. The Queen today urged Britain to come together in the coronavirus crisis and assure the country that the royal family is ready to play its part in beating the deadly infection. The 93-year-old monarch was seen leaving Buckingham Palace with her faithful corgi, Dutch short mix candy on her lap as she headed to Windsor Castle for her Easter break a week earlier than planned. The Queen was joined at Windsor by her husband Prince Philip, 98, who travelled by helicopter from his home of Wood Farm at Sandringham in Norfolk, aimed at anti-captive lockdown of London. In today's message, she praised medical workers, scientists, and the emergency and public service who are fighting the pandemic, and stressed everyone has a vital, important part to play as individuals. Today and in the coming months, many of us will need to find new ways of staying in touch with each other and making sure that loved ones are safe. I'm certain we're up to that challenge, she said. You can be assured that my family and I stand ready to play our part. Her Majesty glanced out of the window next to the corgi hedgehog Max, who is called Candy, as she sat in the back of her official cart for the 50 minutes journey to Berkshire. Reports said the Duke of Edinburgh joined her a week early to match her revised schedule, as she waits out the crisis away from London, where tighter restrictions are expected within as it's the center of the outbreak. The Queen attended her last engagement in London yesterday, a private audience with two senior officers from the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth. Yesterday, she greeted Captain Angus Ansenhai, the new commanding officer of the Royal Navy warship HMS Queen Elizabeth, and his predecessor Commodore Stephen Morehouse. There were no handshakes, just bows from the captain and the commodores. As they met and chatted with the monarch in the private audience room of the Queen's London home, he had always planned to be with her and was moved to Windsor a week earlier to match the Queen's revised schedule, he wrote. She arrived there this afternoon. The Duke of Edinburgh was last pictured in January being driver onto the Royal Sandringham Aston in Norfolk, where the Queen spent her winter break, for a shot. Prince Philip remained in Sandringham while recuperating from a 4-day stay in hospital in London over the festival period, where he was treated for a pre-existing medical condition. He had been admitted to King Edward VII Hospital for a few days as a precautionary measure, and for observation after a period of poor health which saw him battling a flu-like illness for weeks and suffering a bad fall. Earlier today, royal experts told Mail Online that Prince William could soon take a more senior role in the royal family during the coronavirus pandemic, should the Queen and Prince Charles have to go into isolation. This week, Health Secretary Matt Hancock said people over the age of 60 will be told to self-isolate, even if they do not have symptoms, in a bid to stint the spread of the disease and protect the most vulnerable in society. Given the Prince of Wales, 71, and Her Majesty, 93, are within this age group, as third in line to the throne, the Duke of Cambridge might be required to provide a physical presence of the monarchy. Nigel Cawthorne, author of Call Me Diana, Princess Diana on herself, told Female, "It is entirely sensible for Prince William to act as placeholder for the Queen. There has to be a physical presence to the monarchy, but just a virtual one. He's third in line to the throne and in robust health like his brother, and COVID-19 is unlikely to be any serious cheat for him or his wife or children. He will do a great job."